What if you could build a business that gives you the life of freedom you deserve? What if you could find the secrets to marketing, leadership, customer service, and other aspects of business that help you exceed your goals? What if you could walk away from your business for 30 days and it never misses a beat? That's what this podcast is for, to help business leaders like you find freedom from the day-to-day grind and start spending your time doing the things you love. I'm Levi McClendon, and my co-host is Josh Taylor, and this is the Cheers to Freedom podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Cheers to Freedom podcast. I am Josh Taylor, and I'm with my co-host, Levi McClendon. Levi, how are you?
Man, it is a new year. I am fantastic. We are so excited to be in 2023, and honestly, 2022 absolutely flew by, as usual, right?
It really did. We got a lot done. We accomplished a lot. I felt like 2022, we were really able to get a lot of things done, especially there at the end of the year. And we're going to be talking about some of the cool things that we're rolling out, that we were able to accomplish. But one of the things that we talked a lot about was this idea of building a moat. And you've brought this to our team, and I guess it was about almost 2 years ago now, you and Jeremy were in Costa Rica, and you guys came up with these 5 funnels that we've really been honing and fine tuning. And before we jump into dissecting those 5 funnels on a high level, give us just a brief overview of what those 5 funnels look like, and then talk to us about this idea of protecting your moat.
Well, I'm not going to protect my moat, but I'll protect my castle with my moat.
I would protect the moat because I could
protect the moat too.
Drive my boat
Josh,
around it.
You're right. Recently, we're always looking for, frameworks, plans, ideas. And the idea right now is to protect your castle. A lot of you guys have been out there. You spend a lot of time, a lot of money, blood, sweat, and tears building amazing car washes we're going to call castles, right? You've got these castles and you want to protect them. There's private equity, there's competition, there's other washes, there's other things competing with your castle, right? With your car wash. So how do you protect that? How do you build a deeper, bigger, wider moat to protect what is yours? And so as we think about that, I'm like, okay, that's something we can really focus on. And what we have done over the last 2 years is really push what we call the 5 funnels to freedom. And it's a framework, right? It's the 5 funnels to freedom framework that if you implement into your car wash and into anything you're really doing, it's going to help protect that moat. So let me give you a quick, just a high level for those of you who haven't heard us preaching about this for the last, couple of years. We just want to review them, and let me give you just kind of a high level. The 5 funnels are this: your on-site funnel. Okay, those are people clearly coming to your car wash. Again, you built it; they're coming. What are you doing in order to, collect information and reach back out with those customers that are coming to your wash, right? So you have your on-site funnel, your off-site funnel for anyone that's not on-site. You want the new business coming in, the feet on the street stuff, the local store marketing stuff. And then you have your online funnel. So of course, with the social media marketing, Facebook marketing, websites, things like that, right? That's your on-site funnel. Those are what we call the 3 marketing funnels to bring in business, existing business more often, new business, referrals, things like that. So those need to be focused on. Those are your 3 marketing funnels. The 4th funnel is your member retention funnel. You're working really hard to get people into your membership program. If you don't have a funnel to retain them and engage with them and bring them back, you're going to lose them faster than you want to, right? So that's the retention funnel. And Josh, the fifth funnel is your churn funnel, and that is really your involuntary churn. You got to implement some tools and strategies to put in place to reduce that involuntary churn. So when you put all of these funnels together, right, you got your marketing, your member retention, and now you've fixed the leaky bucket. That is a framework for success right there. You're going to protect your castle.
Yeah, and these are things that we work with our customers on, and all 5 of these funnels, we help them set these things up. We give them advice, practical tips, and things to do. And some of these we actually run for them. In fact, we run all of them, all 5 of these for many of our customers. And this is a winning combination, one that you talk about. It protects your castle, it builds that moat, and these guys, the folks that are listening, you work hard, whether you own the car wash or operate the car wash. You work hard to build this, and not just to keep it where it is, but to grow it and it to become something that really helps you build a life and business that you love to be a part of, that you love to own, that gives your employees and you great lives and great opportunities. So what we're going to do is we're going to just briefly go through the 5 of these, and we're going to point you back to podcast episodes that we've done over the last year, a little over a year, that talk specifically about each of these. So we're not going to rehash all of these different things, but you can actually go to the podcast number and actually listen to things that will give you some practical ways that you can implement strategies in each of these 5 funnels. And obviously these are things that we can help you with as well. And so let's talk about that first one, that on-site one. This is, what you call the low-hanging fruit. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. So, Josh, if I look at this, the episode we recently did is actually our most recent episode of a podcast is the value of a phone number. And the reason I want to bring this up, Josh, is because when you think about, I think once we've unveiled, like, gosh, each phone number coming into your funnel is worth, gosh, we're seeing it anywhere from a low $10 a phone number to the high of around $30 a phone number. So when you can figure out the value of your phone number for your car wash, when people are coming in, your on-site funnel, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, these are people coming in, this low-hanging fruit. We need to jump on this and take this more seriously than just giving away a free car wash, right? And so episode 32 goes through the value of a phone number. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, I was going to say, if you normally listen to the podcast, you might actually want to watch that episode on YouTube, because you actually show us on screen where they can calculate that. And it's really helpful to actually see the numbers and not just hear the numbers, but see the numbers and what that means for you, because there's a tool that we have on our website that you can actually go in and put your own numbers in to see that for yourself, because obviously every wash and every business is going to be different.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. We do want you, and we can reference that later of where to go to fill that out, so you find out what the value is of a phone number coming into yours. And then the other thing, Josh, is episode number 4. We talk about, and the title of this is why you should be exchanging data with your customers. And this one was all about engaging and exchanging. And this was really to help our customers and, you guys understand with your customers how important it is to engage with a smile, with asking how their day is, with telling them how nice that their car looks today. And by doing that, right, the next thing is by the way, the next wash is on us. Your next wash is free. Here's a card, right? This signage and how important it is to put signage up for those calls to action. And again, that low-hanging fruit, I just tell people, listen, you've spent so much money, millions of dollars building these washes, and you're allowing people to come in, and you're not asking for anything in exchange for that wash, right? You just think, oh, they're going to have an amazing experience and come back. And that may be true. You may get people coming into your wash. But what if you could take those non-members, your retail customers, and increase their washes 1, 2, 3, 4 times a year? What is that going to do to your bottom line? That is huge. So not only are you going to help to convert members by putting them into the drip campaign, but you're also going to get your retail customers to come in more often. And so that's why I feel like that's super important.
Yeah, a great, thing to think about is anytime somebody drives up to your lot, especially for the first time, how can we collect their phone number so that we can onboard them and convert them into regular customers and then members down the road. So then the funnel number 2 we talked about is offsite. And so let's talk about where there's 3 podcast episodes specifically where we give some practical tips on that one.
Yeah, so we have episode number 25, 27, and 28. So those are all pretty close. So let's talk about the referral program first. So episode number 28 talks about creating a successful referral program. And Josh, you could really use this for both your marketing to prospects as well as your members, right? So you have your retention funnel as well as just your marketing funnel to bring in new people through a successful referral program. And so we've done that. Part of our system is when somebody comes into the text message drip campaign, we have an automated referral program that part of that drip is going to send a text message out to a customer, and we make it really easy for them to share a free car wash. And it gets tracked back to the referrer, so they even get rewarded. It's a fully automated system. But what's awesome about that is we call that our offsite, because those are people that are out of clearly offsite, that they're sharing. They get a text on their phone. They can share a $25 car wash. That's enough value for them to actually take action and be like, hey, here's a free car wash, go use it. The cool thing about that is that the referee literally gets a link. They have to enter their phone number, which puts them into the database, and then they get that free car wash on their phone. And if they don't use it, we send them some reminders to come into your car wash. So you're literally taking pretty much for free, right, existing happy customers and sending them, and turning them into advocates, marketers. I call them micro marketers for your car wash. And so that works really well. That's an episode number 28.
My favorite one that I think that we've done, and probably one of my favorite tools that we have, is episode number 27, where we talk about fundraising and how to use fundraising to grow a list of leads that are not giving away a free car wash. So, in the past, most people, fundraising just is really difficult for a lot of these car washes because of the technology that they're using. The POS systems don't often make it very easy. And so we've created a product that makes it super simple for the car wash owner. It takes most of the work off of the operator and his staff and really puts it on the organization that you're supporting. But what it does is it opens up your network to other people's networks. And so you could throw a QR code up on a slide on Father's Day at a church, and everybody scans it. And now all of a sudden, these people, many of which have never been to your wash before, are pre-buying car washes for you. Or, they're doing a fundraiser for a mission trip, or they're doing a fundraiser for a school's football team or whatever. And grandma and grandpa are buying, pre-buying car washes from you. Now they've got to get into your text club to be able to get those washes, those codes that they purchased. And then they go to your wash and they scan it. And so, it's a great way to build a massive database of leads without giving away a free car wash. So episode number 27, if I owned a car wash and operated a car wash, that is one that I would implement today, because any operator that I talk to them about it and explain the process to them, they're like, oh my gosh, I've got to sign up for that.
Well, the thing is, they want to do it. It's just not easy to track. It's not easy to implement. There's a lot of paperwork. There's, things that you have to do to set up. And man, when we start talking to our owners, like, that's all you have to do and let it go. So they want to do it now. They're definitely embracing that. So I agree.
Yeah.
You have to automate things, right? You got to make things easy. And if you do, then obviously you can capitalize on that without really putting a lot of effort into it. And then episode 25, Josh, this is about the Founders Club. This one got a lot of views. This is, to me, man, if I were building a car wash, a lot of people ask me, when is it too early to start marketing your car wash? When is it too early to start, putting signs up and whatnot? And I don't think it's ever too early to build a database. And so I tell people, as soon as you can, put a sign on the property, start marketing it online and start building your list. And even if you're just saying, hey, free car wash when we open, you're going to start building a list. And so what we did is we turned this into what we call, we just named it the Founders Club, right? You can name it whatever you want, but these are people that you could literally pre-sell at a discount, a membership, and you do this by initially that lead magnet is the free wash. So we're saying put signage up, do your online marketing, get these things going, and now. And we talk about local store marketing too. So you're doing your handouts around the restaurants and business complexes, apartments, things like that. So start as soon as you can building that list. And then we do like that, again, scarcity urgency, right? For a limited time, join our Founders Club, and the first, 500 people get this discount. And so there's a couple ways to do that. You can discount the membership price for life, or we send one of them that we just did for one of our washes. Anyone who signed up, the first couple thousand people that signed up, actually, they get an extra wash, okay? Every month, they get an extra free wash to use on another vehicle for being part of that Founders Club. So you can hear and watch more about that in episode 25.
Yeah, very cool episode, and it got a ton of views. We got a lot of great responses from it. We've had several customers implement these strategies that we're talking about as they're opening up new washes and new locations. All right, so then we move into funnel number 3, which is your online funnel. And so, like we talked about, this is social media, your websites, anything that you do online. And that first one, episode number 3, we talk about that thing that most of our customers have a love-hate relationship with, and it's your online reviews.
Yeah, that's especially when it comes to Yelp. We say it's a four-letter word
Yeah.
when you start talking about Yelp because it is hard to deal with. But I tell people in this episode, and we even tell people now, listen, you can't just put your head in the sand and ignore it. Even though a lot of you listening still do. And we have the tools. Again, these are tools to build a deeper, wider moat. Right? We're going to keep referencing that because to me, your reviews are extremely important. It's not just having good reviews anymore; it's how many good reviews do you have and on what platforms. And so I think you have to go back and forth from really pushing your Google reviews to your Yelp reviews and your Facebook reviews. People are on Facebook and they see it. People are searching in multiple different platforms. And so I think you need to be able to really focus on all of them and make sure that your reviews, you get a lot of numbers and a lot of obviously positive numbers. And with OpSpot, we actually have a tool that we help you get more reviews. We can, even if you're a multi, unit owner, like let's say you had 5 locations and 2 of them you need to really pick up your Yelp reviews and 3 of them were cool with Google. We actually can do that and send people to Yelp at a location versus Google at another. And so you get to choose where do we really need to push the numbers and the quality of reviews. And then part of our tool is going to help filter those as well. And so we're really, I highly recommend that you watch that episode and implement a really good reputation management program. Good
And
strategy.
that tool has really gotten fine tuned since we recorded that episode too. It's even better now. Gives our customers more control over the reviews that end up online, and it's really cool. It's a pretty powerful tool.
Well, and since you said that, I mean, we just recently rolled an integration with iReview, and so within the dashboard itself now with OpSpot, we didn't have this back. You're right, Josh, when we recorded this, but literally what we call the OpSpot reviews, which are the private reviews that we're sending out, those are all being tracked now and documented within the iReview platform, which you can now manage in the dashboard as well as on your phone in an app, and then you can manage your entire reputation. And this is I kind of letting the cat out of the bag here early, but we will be doing an episode and we are launching that integration with iReview, which is really cool because that is a third-party reputation management software program, and so we partnered with those guys, and it's really really cool. So you can manage all of your public reviews as well as your OpSpot reviews. You can respond to people out of your app on your phone. It's a really cool tool. So we'll be getting to that later on this year.
Awesome. And then we've got episode number 9, episode number 11 through 17, where we talk about the using the StoryBrand framework. Episode number 11 through 17, we really deep dive into the StoryBrand framework. And if just high level, those of you that don't know what the StoryBrand framework is, Donald Miller wrote a book called Building a Story Brand. And it's really a framework, a very simple 7-part framework that I'm going to put my camera back into focus here. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
I know I'm getting older. I have a birthday coming up.
Everybody's watching and they're like, oh man, my eyes are blurring over. Anyway, the StoryBrand framework is a 7-part, a simple framework that uses 7 parts to clarify your message so that you can engage your customers in a way that they easily understand the problem that you solve for them and why they should do business with you versus the business down the street. And so this is those customers that implement the StoryBrand framework really are able to differentiate themselves from the other car washes in their market and stand out in what's becoming a very crowded market. And in a crowded market, it's fine if it's crowded if you're the one that stands out and everybody's coming to you. So episodes number 11 through 17, we talk about that. Episode number 9, we actually talk about how to use that StoryBrand framework to build your website and create a website that actually makes you money. There's so many people that we end up building their websites for them because in the past they've paid a lot of money for a website that is literally costing them money. It's not doing anything for them. It's a waste of money. They're losing money with it. And if you're going to have a website, your website should make you money. And so we actually walk through that episode, how to build a website that makes money.
Well, and Josh, you're building websites as well, and it's interesting because we don't just build any website. If you come to us and say, "Hey, this is how I want my website," and it's not going to be a lead generator if it doesn't follow this framework, we won't build it. It's not going to be within our guidelines to say, "Hey, this is actually a website that's going to make you money." So if you want to build a website that doesn't make you money, we're not the people to do that. If you want a website that's going to make you money, then we are the people. And then finally, Josh, we don't have an episode on it right now, but I do want to talk about online. Of course, we don't reference anything, but I don't want to leave this out of how important Facebook advertising is. I think this is an excellent way. We've hired and contracted out with Stacy. We've talked a little bit about her. She was at the Freedom Summit, and she's an expert in Facebook advertising. And we really wanted to learn more and take a deep dive into that. And I believe we'll probably have her on one of these episodes pretty soon to even interview her and go through, what strategy can you use? What's going to, get the most click-throughs? And it's not just, getting the message out there, but it's that call to action. It's trackability. It's what is getting people engaged. And now we're tracking, not just impressions, but you got impressions to conversions to coupon redemptions to converting to a member. Like, you're tracking the heck out of this, and you're actually able to go, gosh, my cost per click now, man, we're going to put more money into this one, or we're not going to be. So that's really important for your online funnel, I think, is to make sure, again, these marketing funnels, on-site, off-site, and online, 3 funnels that should always be in operation. In my opinion, if I had a car wash, and I would make sure, if you are constantly have these 3 things going, you will, you'll get past your plateau. I guarantee there's a lot of you out there listening that are kind of plateaued at a certain, spot. So you implement these funnels, this framework, and you will definitely, what do you want to say? I guess I always call it the curse of the plateau curse. You'll
break it. You'll finally break that plateau. You'll break through that ceiling that you feel like you've kind of hit. And honestly, these 3 things, especially when we go into, whether we're in a recession or going into a recession, a lot of times one of these 3 are the ones that get cut in the budgets. And these are the ones that you really should double down on and,
Right.
and really, pick up the steam with these. You've got to stay in front of your customers. You can't remove yourself from being in front of your customers even more now, because your customers are thinking about other things. They have more problems, they have more struggles. And a car wash is one of those things that's not always on their mind, but you can get on the to-do list. You can stay top of mind with them when you're getting in front of them. And these 3 things are going to make sure that you stay top of mind. And then it moves us into the 4th and 5th funnels, and that 4th one being retention. And we talked a lot about this, especially over the last several episodes, because acquiring a new customer is expensive. It's cheaper to hang on to your current customers, and we build strategies for our customers so that they can hang on to those customers. Let's talk about episode 29 and episode 31 most recently, where we really talk about retention.
Yeah, number 29 is how to build a loyalty program. And again, I think that can be both for prospects as well as your members. But member retention, I think, can be overlooked. And I think because early on, there wasn't really a great way to communicate with new members. And so people would just sign them up and hope they never washed and never talked to them again, right? Well, now with technology and point of sale and with OpSpot, we're able to re-engage. As soon as somebody signs up, we're putting them into a new member drip campaign, and we're actually getting enough data on these customers to start kind of the surprise and delight and the rewards program. And we know if they've been on for 30 days, we're able to say, hey, welcome, you've just, made the bronze level, and here's a, microfiber towel, and maybe at 6 months, they hit another reward at 12 months and so on. These are those things that it's statistics and studies will tell you that a membership type loyalty program is going to keep members on longer. I mean, it's just those are statistics. So the fact that we can do that now and put that in and automate that is making a difference, Josh. We've seen our customers go from, when we first started this, a lot of our customers were around, 9-10 months on average for the monthly membership on what their customers were. We're literally, I just ran numbers for a customer the other day. He's at 26 months. That's their average. Their average is 26. The value of that customer now is like $700 because that's their average lifetime value. That's one of the highest that I've seen. But it's a good goal for some of you out there to say, hey, 9 and 10 was good. Well, it's starting to get blown out of the water. And I think it's because it's not just OpSpot, right? It's customer service. It's things that you're putting into place. It's treating your customers, really well. And then it's obviously, doing some loyalty programs, reminding them that they pay for this program, telling them about the amenities. And I think it's really moving the needle. And if you want to grow a big membership, Josh, and this is something we talk about, and I know I get into the weeds a little bit because I get excited about it, But ultimately, when you look at the value of a customer, the lifetime value, and just to move your membership, say from the average of 10 months to 12 months, what that does to your bottom line is huge. Number one, and number two, what it does is it helps you go from that 3,000 mark to the 4,000 mark to the 5,000 mark of your members, 6,000, and so on. Because the longer you have these customers, right, the easier it is to build on that list without that natural attrition that you're going to have. So
Right.
it is so important to implement a super strong retention. Like you said, it's cheaper to keep them on longer than it is to go get a new customer in there. So take care of those customers, implement a good program, and anyway, that's episode 29.
And then the fifth and final funnel is churn, and we talk a lot about churn, especially involuntary churn. And episode number 1, our very first episode, we kind of came out of the gates with this one and got a ton of great feedback just on episode number 1 with the Manage My Plan feature, which has gotten even better this year, which is one of our big accomplishments that we were able to do before the end of the year. But let's talk about Manage My Plan and why churn is part of those 5 funnels that we talk about.
Yeah, so we came out with this, early on. It was a plan that, and we still push this heavily. There should be a plan that anyone that wants to cancel, no matter, if you own one car wash or 100 car washes, everyone should have the exact same process and flow to put a customer through, whether they want to upgrade, downgrade, cancel, sign up, whatever. And so we call it Manage My Plan. And so we you put a button on your website, and again, you direct everybody to there so you can capture why they want to cancel in the first place. So if you say, hey, go to our Manage Our Plan page, you go to that page, and then we say, what do you want to do today? Do you want to upgrade? Do you want to cancel or whatever? If they want to cancel, we ask them why. And then we say, well, it's too expensive. Hey, did you know we have this plan? We can downsell them and say, hey, this plan you can run for $9.99 for 3 months or 50% off or whatever those plans are. And so now, to be able to save those customers, is huge, right? If you can do the downsells, but it's also not just saving an existing customer, but it's all a part of the customer experience. And right now, it was so fragmented with where do we go, how do we do this, and customers will be mad. I think when they know that there's a plan, that there's an easy steps to do what they're doing, they're less likely to feel threatened and feel like they can't get out of something. And so that was implemented a while ago, not super automated. And so what we really worked on this year was automating that process so that in the back end, the customer, our customer, don't have to actually go and change somebody's plan or cancel their plan. They can do it all right on the website. And so we now do that. We did a podcast on the, I think we did a webinar on the DRB API integration with OpSpot, which if you have your API, we're able to do that, which is great. We're working on that this year with Sunny's and ICS as well. Those, I don't want to talk too much about that. We are doing them. Those are some plans that we would like to do because obviously we want to make reducing churn easier, right? You want, especially that involuntary churn. If we can lower that barrier for someone just to update a credit card, and that's what we do through Manage My Plan page, when we send them a text and all they got to do is click a link, enter a credit card, and now they've updated it, you've just lowered the barrier and you've just helped to reduce that involuntary churn. And that's that 5th funnel that we want to make sure we're focused on to stop that leaky bucket.
Yeah, and not only are we doing that, but we're going to be making online sales easier. So not only are you going to reduce churn, you're going to make more online sales. And so I'm really excited about this API that's rolling out with DRB. We spent a lot of time not just building the process, but making it look really good too. Because, if we're going to have a feature on a website or something like that, we want it to look good and work. And so we actually write copy to help sell too. So, we don't do anything for our customers. And you mentioned this when we talked about websites, we don't just build a website, because somebody wants a website. We're going to build a website that works. We don't do things for our customers that waste their money. If it's not going to make them more money or do something to grow their business, then we're not going to do it. And because that's what we want. We want your success. That's what we're after.
Well, we're constantly just trying to learn. We don't have all the answers, right? And so, we're constantly looking for even requests from you guys, from our customers, and from web forms that convert to the website call to actions at work to these sales pages. And so we're getting more into that now that we can control that sales page with the DRB API. We're getting into that. We're making them look good. We're putting the right copy on there. We're going to be testing that stuff so that we can get more online sales this year for you guys. And so that's important to us. We've told you before, we spend time and money reading books, going to seminars, learning those things. And Josh has done an excellent job. He's our CMO here. He's on the podcast here with us as usual. And that's his background, is copy. And he's done an amazing job. He's a certified StoryBrand guide for 5-6 years now with Donna Miller with that group. And so we brought him on for that purpose, because I'm only as good as I am. I'm not Josh for sure. Like when I get with him, we start talking copy, his mind just flows. I have some good ideas, but it doesn't flow the way that Josh's does. And now it's just taking that and then working on conversions. What works, what doesn't work. A lot of A/B testing, get a control. And so that's something that we're constantly working on for our customers as well, is really dialing in the things that are actually working.
Well, I think we've built a well-balanced team where everybody that's on the team contributes to our customers in unique ways. And if we were all good at the same stuff, then we wouldn't be a very well-balanced team. No. And so I think that we've got a team that is number one after the success of our customers. And we know that when our customers succeed, OpSpot succeeds. And so we want to hear back from you. This is the first episode of 2023. But we want to hear back from you. What are some things that you want us to cover throughout this year? What are some problems that you're running into, whether it's marketing, operations, whatever it might be? We want to talk to people that are in the space, that are experts in things that we're not experts in, so that we can serve you, the listener, and make 2023 the best year that you've had yet. I truly believe that it can be, in spite of whatever happens with the economy.
Absolutely.
We put the right things in place. I think that, like you said, we can protect our castle, build that moat, make it deeper, make it wider, and we just keep thriving. So
have a great year.
Great. Yeah, great episode. Implement these 5 funnels. Go in, listen to some of these episodes that we mentioned, and there's episode number 1 of 2023.
2023. And make sure to, if you haven't, subscribe to the podcast. Text cheers to 411-365. So that number is 411-365. Text the word cheers to that, and you'll be on our list and first to know and get obviously notified. We eat our own dog food, is what Nick likes to say. So we're trying to do that and make sure that we keep you posted. So, hey, cheers to you for 2023. Let's make it a good one, huh?
Hey, Happy New Year.
All right.
Until next time. Cheers.